This video is brought to you by BossRootin.com with big sales on now, and PowerPerformanceProducts.com, where you can receive $10 off your purchase of Body Storm and Body Effects, the best pre-workout supplements on the market.
Spencer Lazara, MMAinterviews.tv, alongside Scott Coker, CEO of Strikeforce. Another exciting event here tonight. Ronda Rousey breaking the arm of Julia Budd there. What'd you think of that?
You know, I'll tell you, that's a dangerous woman over there, and it's, you know, for her to represent our country and, you know, be a martial arts competitor in the Olympics, and for her now to be in Strikeforce, I'm extremely honored to have her here, and she's talented. And, you know, I think that all the girls in that division, whether it's 135 or 145, better take notice, because she's a serious fighter, and it's going to be something that's going to be challenging for all those guys. I mean, all those ladies, and I don't mean just the girls in 135. I'm talking about the girls in 145 as well. So, she gets any girl down, I don't think there's a girl that's going to beat her.
She wants that fight now, 135. What do you think about that? Do you think Miesha Tate will be next for her?
Well, you know what? That's something I'd like to, you know, take a step back and talk to Sean and talk to everybody in Vegas. But I think all the fights. What I will say is, all the fights that she would like to have, I believe we can put all those fights eventually together for her.
And what did you think about the main event tonight? Antoine Britt, obviously his debut at 185 didn't go according to plan.
You know what? It caught me a little bit off guard, you know, how fast he got knocked out. I mean, the other guy's tough, and you know what? That's the beauty of MMA, right? And you know, we provide the platform for these guys to compete, and unfortunately for Antoine tonight, it didn't work out.
So tomorrow night, you've been talking a lot about Cung Le. That's a guy I know you're very proud of. He's got a big fight against Wanderlei Silva. Talk to us about that.
You know, like I said earlier, Cung and I have been friends, and I promoted him since 1998. And his first Sancho fight was against a guy named Dan Garrett on ESPN, and he fought at the San Jose Pacific Auditorium. We had like 2,500 people there. And, you know, to see him get to this point and fight all the fights, and I think one of the greatest moments in Strikeforce is when he and Frank Shamrock fought, because you couldn't hear anything in that arena that night because it was so electric in there, and half the building was Frank's and half of the building was Kung's, and it was just an amazing fight. And you know, he's extremely talented, and I think that you know, now all the UFC fans will see how talented Cung Le is.
What do you think about Dan Henderson? Who do you have in that fight? You think he can beat Shogun?
You know what? I tell you, I think he can, and I think that I think my prediction is Dan will knock him out. But you never know. I mean, like I was just gonna say about Cung is, Wanderlei Silva, you know, if he hits anybody, he could knock him out too. So that's the beauty of it, is that I'm so proud that they're bringing such a great fight card to San Jose for the first time that they've come to San Jose. And you know, it's been the home of Strikeforce, and now it's the now we have to share it with UFC. So Strikeforce will be back at the HP, and UFC will go there as well. But you know, I'm rooting for Cung, you know, and I think Dan will probably win that fight against Shogun.
Quickly talk about the welterweight division. Nick Diaz gone now, got a vacant title. Teron Woodley, Tarek Safadine. Who are the guys that are, maybe, are you going to put together a contender matchup, or are you going to just go straight to a fight for the vacant belt? And who, if so, are involved in it?
There's been dialogue on you know, all fronts on basically what are we going to do the next step, and you know, I'm going to talk to Sean about it, but I think we're going to probably announce it here in the next week or so. But I think T Wood's right in the mix of that, you know, and I'm not sure if you know, but we signed Masaki from Japan, so he's going to be fighting at 170 for Strikeforce, and he's right in the mix of that as well. So, you know, we'll probably have something to announce in the next week or two.
Okay. And 185. We got Luke Rockhold. You're talking about Tim Kennedy. So that fight likely going to be put together?
Well, you know what? That's a fight that is not confirmed, but it's a fight I sure would like to see. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But, you know, there's an argument that can be made that Luke should fight Jacare in a rematch, because that was a great fight in Cincinnati. So, you know what? We're talking to all the camps and all the parties, and, you know, we're gonna put all those fights together, I believe.
Working our way up in the 205 division, you've got the same situation there. King Mo, there's rumors about him being signed to the UFC. What can you tell us about that, and who's involved there?
Yeah, that's not true. I mean, King Mo, I believe, will be fighting in January, and I think we should keep a close eye on the OSP Gegard fight. You know, so I think that that fight, if OSP wins, I think that's a fight. I think that as Rafael Feijão heals, That's a fight that King Mo lost. So, I think he's going to want to revenge that fight. And, Dan Henderson is fighting Shogun. He's fighting the UFC. But we have a lot of other 205-pound fighters that he can fight. So, I think Lorenz Larkin and King Mo would be a great matchup. So, you know what? Like I said, we're going to keep bringing it and bringing more fighters and making this league exciting.
So you expect Lorenz Larkin's next fight to be something a little step up in competition then?
Yeah, I would like to see that happen, for sure. I think it will happen.
And lastly, the heavyweight Grand Prix. When are we looking for that?
We are waiting for DC's hand to heal up. And I think first quarter of next year, you'll see DC and Josh Barnett throwing down for the title.
What area or what state are we looking for that fight to be in?
You know what? That all depending on the month, because right now, when we figure out when he can fight, DC I'm talking about, when his hand's healed and he's ready to fight, then we have to go shop for the venue, because we can't shop for the venue until we know, you can't hold the venue when you don't know that when the guy is going to be ready. So first step is get the confirmation from AKA and Bob Cook that he's ready to go. And then, once we get the green light, then we'll, scour the country looking for the right venue.
Okay, great. Thank you for the time, Scott. Appreciate it. I'm Spencer Lazar, Scott Coker, CEO of Strikeforce, here at Strikeforce Challengers in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Godspeed and party on.